Fusion Mobile, quality e-learning experience on the go.
Moses as a leader. The early life and call of Moses. Amram and Jochebed were the parents of Moses. When they bore Moses, they hid him for 3 months, and when they could not hide him any longer, they made a basket of bulrushes and daubed it with bitumen and pitch, and put the child into it and kept it at the bank of the river. When Pharaoh's daughter with her maidens came to the Nile to bathe, they saw the baby crying. Knowing that it might be one of the Hebrews' children, they picked it up. Miriam, the sister of Moses, who hid inside a bush, came out and asked to be allowed to find a Hebrew woman to nurse the child for Pharaoh's daughter. As soon as she was allowed to go, she went and fetched the mother of Moses. The mother nursed him in Pharaoh's palace. Pharaoh's daughter named the child Moses, for she said, "Because I drew him out of the water." Moses grew up in the palace of Pharaoh. Moses received the best education academically and tried not to forget his own people. God equips and sends Moses to lead the Israelites out of Egypt. The call of Moses. Moses, the keeper of the flock of his father-in-law, Jethro and Reuel, took the flock to Mount Horeb, the mountain of God. The Lord appeared to him in a flame of fire out of the midst of a bush. Moses looked and saw that the bush was burning, yet it was not consumed. Moses moved nearer to see the strange sight and find out why. God called him out of the bush, "Moses, Moses." And Moses said, "Here I am." Then God said, "Do not come near. Put off your shoes from your feet, for the place on which you are standing is holy ground." And then God identified himself as the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Moses hid his face, for he was afraid to look at God. The Lord then told Moses that he had seen the affliction of his people in Egypt, and that their cry had come to him. He had come to deliver them out of the land of Egypt to a good and broad land, a land flowing with milk and honey, which is the land of Canaan. Moses demanded to know the name of God so that he might make it known to the Hebrews. God said that his name is I am who I am, meaning the God who exists, the living God. God said that Moses should go and tell the Hebrews that I am had sent him to deliver them. He also said that Moses should identify him as the God of their ancestors, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. He should tell them that God had seen their suffering and had come to bring them to the land flowing with milk and honey. God said that the elders of the people should go to Pharaoh and seek permission to go on a 3-day journey to sacrifice to their God. God equips and sends Moses to lead the Israelites out of Egypt. God told Moses to perform miracles to convince them. The first miracle was to turn Moses' rod into a snake. If it failed to convince them, he should make Moses' hand leprous, and if that failed, Moses was to take some water from the Nile and pour it on the dry ground, and the Nile water would become blood on the dry ground. Moses also complained that he was a stammerer and requested God to send another person. God assured him that Aaron, his brother, would be his spokesman. Moses was to take his rod with which he was to perform miracles in Egypt.